too.
I'm Nick Hall, and you can tell from my speech impediment that I'm not originally from America, from Suffolk, England, but now a citizen and resident of Tampa, Florida. I started at the Seattle airport on June 3rd, put the bike together in baggage claim, and set out that afternoon after the plane landed. Destination is Tampa, Florida, and according to the bicycle option on Google Maps, it's a total distance of 3,216 miles. When I was in South Dakota, my plan was to ride out through the Badlands to a little town called Scenic on the edge of the Sioux Indian Reservation. But as I started across the reservation to drop down into Nebraska, I was stopped. There was a roadblock and was not allowed to pass through because of concerns about COVID-19. So I had to go all the way back to Rapid City. But 3,216 is the number I'm using. This is actually the third of a series of rides I've been doing since 2015. The first one was from Oceanside, which is just north of San Diego, to St. Augustine, Florida. And my plan was to do it to celebrate the 50th anniversary of my first cross-country ride in 1965. But when the district governor of Rotary found out about it, he said, "Nick, would you consider doing this to raise awareness and funds for Rotary International's End Polio campaign?" And I said, of course, we'd like to have something worthwhile to tack on to what was just going to be a fun trip for me. And then 2 years ago, I rode from Tampa to Toronto to the Rotary International Convention, and that too was a trip specifically to raise funds for the End Polio campaign. And now this trip from Seattle back to Tampa, same thing. A lot of people ask, well, shouldn't we be more concerned about the coronavirus? After all, it's killing people globally, and perhaps put polio on hold. Well, the fact is, the World Health Organization, which will be responsible for disseminating any vaccine that's developed for coronavirus, is going to use the network established by Rotary for polio to disseminate that vaccine. And it's currently being used, the Rotary network, to track cases of polio in some of the undeveloped countries. So the name is misleading, but the fact is the End Polio campaign is going to be playing a critical role for ending the coronavirus pandemic. And in fact, it's already happening, which is why we desperately need money for it. If you are a Rotarian, then I would just donate through your local club. That way, as a Rotarian, you'll get credit for it towards a Paul Harris Fellowship or major donor status. If you are not a Rotarian, you can go onto the Facebook page Pedal Power to End Polio, and there's a link where you can make a donation, and the funds will go to the Rotary International Foundation specifically for that campaign.